Hello and welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Transformers Earthrise review, and in today's review I'm going to be taking a look at the main character himself, the Transformers Earthrise leader class Optimus Prime. And here we have Optimus Prime in his vehicle mode with an actual Generation 1 inspired trailer. I do believe that this is one of the first figures from the new War for Cybertron trilogy that we're getting with a trailer, so that is really interesting to see. Now I'm going to say straight off the bat that I absolutely love this Optimus Prime figure. There is no denying that this figure isn't fantastic. However, I definitely do not think Hasbro should have priced it at a leader class price point, despite it including the trailer, and I'll go into more of my reasons on that throughout this review. Now, just setting the trailer off to the side for 1 second, I'll very quickly show you that you can in fact deploy this stand if you just want it sitting off to the side, so that is a really nice added inclusion. And bringing in the actual Optimus Prime himself. Personally, when it was announced that Hasbro were going to be doing another Optimus Prime for this second chapter in the War for Cybertron trilogy, I was slightly disheartened as we'd only just got the Siege Voyager Optimus, which was already supposed to be a G1 inspired Prime. However, upon having this figure in hand, I've got to say that I'm so glad they released this. This truly is a fantastic Optimus Prime, and dare I say that this is the best G1 inspired Prime on the market today, at least at regular retail. This really has got some phenomenal details. As you can see, it definitely captures the essence of the Generation 1 cab design with the very flat nosed truck with some amazing silver detailings for the grille and the bumper section. I love this metallic transparent blue plastic that they've used for the headlights as well as the front windscreen. We've also got some nice silver paint apps for the window wipers, and turning around to the side we've got the silver stripe with the Autobot emblem with some lovely silver paint picked out for the gas canisters as well as on the rear wheels. Unfortunately, no silver paint on the front of the wheels. I'm slightly unsure as to why they skimped out on that. And flipping it over to the top, as you can see, this is very similar to how the Siege Optimus Prime's legs came together. However, the transformation for this is a lot more simpler. Flipping it to the underside, as you can see, we've got some nice sculpted in detailing. However, I do believe that that is probably more for robot mode. This figure does roll incredibly well as well, with all of his wheels actually able to roll along the ground, which is really nice to see. And then for some comparisons, here we have the new Earthrise Optimus Prime compared next to the Earthrise Deluxe Class Cliff Jumper. You can check Cliff Jumper's review out right now if you so desire. As you can see, I think here that the scale works really well between this Voyager and Deluxe Class scale. I say Voyager as this Optimus Prime is just a regular Voyager class figure. He really does look pretty nice when displayed next to Cliff Jumper. And then bringing in the Transformers Siege Optimus Prime, I really think that the differences can really be seen, and I actually really like how this figure has some similarities to this figure. It really does look as if though Optimus has escaped from Cybertron, and there are a lot of different character traits that have carried over from this into his Earth form, which really keeps continuity together and really can allow for some fantastic story arcs if you were to make stop motion animation with these two characters. They definitely do look different enough, and you can definitely tell that this is Optimus Prime on Cybertron and this is him when he gets to Earth. Now, taking a look at the included trailer that this figure comes with, we have a really nice blue stripe going throughout the sides of the trailer with a super nice Autobot emblem. We've got some really nice silver hubcaps at the back. To me, these definitely look as if though they've been taken from the Transformers Studio Series Voyager Optimus Prime mold. They do definitely look incredibly similar. We've got that deployed stand that we can deploy or retract. I actually think that's a real nice feature to have the trailer on its own. No Autobot insignia on the front of the trailer. However, on the back, once again, we've got the stripes, and flipping around to the back, we've got the rear section of the trailer. Now, this is able to be popped open just like so, and you can reveal loads and loads of different sculpted in detailings whilst unpainted. It has been detailed really nicely. This section here can in fact become detached, and you can use this as a shield for Optimus when in robot mode. However, I just tend to leave it attached to the trailer as it's not much of a shield, and it also has the clips for you to clip onto figures such as Iron ironworks, or even hoist. Now you can actually take your Cliffjumper figure and store him within the trailer. He really is the only figure that is small enough to fit in, and I think that that's a super nice inclusion from Hasbro. As you can see, when you shut the trailer, there really isn't much room for Cliffjumper to go inside, so I recommend just slapping this shut, and there we have Cliffjumper stored within the trailer. As you can see, there is a huge peg situated at the front which plugs into that grey tab, and hooking it on is incredibly easy to do. And there we have Prime with the trailer, and this rolls really nicely and really does complete Optimus's overall look. Also inside the trailer we have this anti-gravity gun that I believe the Masterpiece version referred it to. It is a real nice added inclusion, and as you can see can extend these claws on ball joints. They are able to be moved around in whatever way you should choose. This whole section can rotate 360, and this whole piece here is able to extend. If you want, you can actually detach this and store this on Optimus's back in robot mode for extra armory. However, I personally just like to leave it into the trailer, as I think that it completes the overall look and really does keep the trailer in one solid piece. Now, transformation from Optimus Prime's truck mode into his robot mode is actually really enjoyable, and is a transformation that I've actually performed multiple times. The first step you're going to want to do is come to the underside and just collapse these gas canisters. Then you're going to want to take these wheels and just fold these out to the sides just like so. You're going to want to unhook this section as well, and then come to this section and unhook that too. Turn around to the sides and repeat the same process on both sides. Come to these arms here, and we're going to just slightly pull it away from the body, as these two blue tabs here lock the arms into place. We can then take these forearms and bring those out, just leave that shut for now, and pull them out to the sides ever so slightly, just like so. What we can then do is proceed to pull this section down here. Now what we can do is come to this side, and you're going to want to separate from where this silver section ends and the headlights start. Just lift this section up and it will all untab, and what you can now do is fold this entire section out. What we can do is fold these in, and then fold these two sections in, and then you're going to want to flip this over and snap that into place just like so. With that now fully done, we can take the head and pop the head sculpt all the way through. This whole section now will fold in, and as you can see, these two slots will plug into these tabs, so just align that up and snap those into place. Come to this section and fold these pieces out on both sides. We can then come here and seal this section up by this tab and port, so snap these into place as well. What we can then do is rotate the figure's torso, lift this whole joint up as well, come to this section here, and now this section is actually removable. If you want to, you can pull it off. It is just stuck on via a slot and a pin joint. However, I wouldn't recommend doing it too much in case you make this joint loose. Lift this section up and collapse these wheels inwards. What we can then do is separate the legs, fold these panels down just like so, flip out the toes of Optimus Prime, and then now coming to these hands, you want to fold these sections out, get your fingers in there and pull out the fists and reseal, and then get your fingers in this side as well and to pull out the fists and keep that sealed. And with all of those steps completed, here we have the Earthrise Leader Class Optimus Prime, or Voyager Class Optimus Prime, in his robot mode, looking absolutely astounding. This really is a fantastic Generation 1 inspired Voyager Optimus, and has got some fantastic looking details. I really love how this figure cleans up. It almost looks like a scaled down version of the MP44 Optimus Prime, obviously at a fraction of the price and a lot less complicated than that figure, but still really and truly just as detailed, and really still capturing the essence of that design. As you can see, taking a look at details, we have a really nicely painted faceplate with it picked out in a silver paint and the eyes decked out in a more metallic like blue. Surprisingly, they have painted the back of Optimus Prime's head metallic blue, whereas the front is just a matte colour. I'm not entirely sure as to why they did that. I really once again like the reflective blue plastic that they've used for the torso, as well as the silver paint apps that they've used for the faux grille. Of course, you can actually pull open the chest if you so desire and expose some magnificent gunmetal detailing in there, with of course course the matrix of leadership embedded within. This is rather difficult to get out as it is such a small piece, so I really recommend that if you are going to tab this in, that you do not push it all the way in, as the slots will grab it incredibly well. It can be quite difficult to remove, but as you can see, this is a very small piece, but really is very detailed, with a nice transparent clear blue plastic gem, with a nice silver paint around the handle section as well as on the gold circular ring, and the back of the side is just hollow, but still a really nice added inclusion. And once again, you just store it within the chest and seal the chest up in order to store the matrix in. We've got a really nice Autobot emblem on the shoulder with some nice silver smokestacks, some fantastic yellow paint apps for where the lights would be on the torso area of Optimus, as well as metallic blue painted hands. I really do like this metallic paint apps that they are using on these figures. The silver trim carries over, some really nice silver looking shins with some fantastic detailings on the thighs. So overall, a really nicely detailed Voyager class Optimus Prime. Now turning to the figure's articulation, the head is on a ball joint so it can rotate side to side as well as look up and down and also tilt side to side as well. The arms can rotate the full 360 as well as hinge out to the sides. There is a full 360 degree rotation at the bicep as well as a 90 degree bend at the elbow. The hands can rotate the full 360, and we actually have articulated fingers on a Transformers Generation figure, which is amazing to see. I really hope that this is a feature that we see carried on throughout the Earthrise line, as well as trickling out to the other generation inspired lines. We've also got a waist articulation joint, however it is slightly limited due to this section here. The legs can kick out to that degree, which I think is great, and back to about this degree. He can do the splits all the way, and then there is a 360 rotation at the thigh. In terms of a knee joint, it can bend over 90 degrees. It is once again almost as if though this is a double jointed knee joint on a single hinge. And then finally, carrying over from the Siege toy line, we have got fantastic ankle rocker joints, allowing you to get this Optimus Prime figure into some fantastic poses. Now bringing the trailer in for one more look, as you can see, once again, you can in fact open this up if you so choose, and you can have this as almost a repair bay for Optimus. He is able to sit in it, but as you can see, the trailer really isn't that large. This figure is roughly a Voyager, so the trailer is also a Voyager in terms of its height. There is a massive peg here which you can plug onto the back of Prime in order to have him stable in there. However, the legs do tend to stick out to the sides if you have it flat on a surface, and then you can have this drone here working on him in order to repair him from whatever battle damage he has endured throughout his journey. For some comparisons, here we have the new Earthrise Prime compared next to the Siege Optimus Prime, as well as the Deluxe Class Earthrise Hoist. And yes, I do hear your comments, I forgot to flip out the wings on Hoist. What a tragedy. But anyway, here we have the scale comparison, and as you can see, here is really where you can see how tall Hoist really is. He really is quite a big Deluxe Class figure, and comes just to the top of where the windscreen starts on Optimus Prime's chest. Setting him off to the side, he is more or less exactly the same height as the Siege Optimus, so it is great to see them carrying over the same scale continuity that existed within that Siege toy line. This was a fantastic looking G1 Prime, however I definitely think that this version takes the essence of this and just improves it and makes it so much more sleek in terms of design. For comparison, this version has barely no back kibble whatsoever. I don't really count where these wheels fold up back kibble, as it does compress incredibly well, and I think that what they've been able to do with the arms is really remarkable. Just flipping those up just like so, as you can see, there is so much kibble on the Siege version, which I actually thought was quite moderate, but comparing it to the Earthrise Prime, there is just no excuse whatsoever. This Earthrise Prime is really the superior mold compared to this version. However, I really do hope that this is the last G1 inspired Prime we get for this trilogy, as we've already got two very good Gen 1 Optimus Prime figures. And for a comparison I'm sure many of you are after, here we have the new Earthrise Prime compared next to the Siege Voyager class Megatron. These figures once again are more or less exactly the same height. Just giving back to my debate about this figure being a Voyager class and not a leader class, this really is a very good scale between the two, and I actually think that the Siege Megatron, particularly the version with the animation colours, really works well with this Prime, as I can't imagine Hasbro giving us an Earth mode version of Megatron, just as I cannot see that character obtaining an Earth-like vehicle. So that was my review on the brand new Transformers leader class Earthrise Optimus Prime. Personally, I have no faults with the figure whatsoever. This truly is one of the best G1 Optimus figures that we've had on the mass retail market. I think that the robot mode looks phenomenal, the transformation is incredibly enjoyable to go from for both modes, and the truck mode too is really nicely done. I also think that the trailer is a really nice added touch, however I just cannot justify the leader class price point. The trailer, whilst definitely would add to the overall cost of the figure, is very hollow and doesn't feel very substantial whatsoever. It isn't very durable plastic, it is slightly pliable if you apply too much force to it, and it really just doesn't feel as dense as something like the Studio Series Jetwing Optimus, which came with a trailer as well as a jetpack and an armory ring. That figure I definitely think was more worth the leader price point than this figure, and even with that Studio Series version I did in fact have complaints. So as a leader class, I cannot recommend that you pay full price for this figure. However, on a slightly discounted price point, then yes, definitely, perhaps if the price drops $15 or $10 below, definitely pick it up, as you are getting a great representation of Optimus Prime, and the trailer too is a very nice added bonus. I hope that you enjoyed my review. If you did, please let me know down in the comment section below, and be sure to let me know what you thought of the figure as well. Thanks for watching.